We got another order back from PCGS for a bunch of coins I sent out to get graded. Let's see how we do today. Hi collectors, thanks for watching. As I said in the introduction, we just got back a bunch of coins that I sent out to get certified by PCGS, and we're going to go through them together. So if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Remember to turn on post notifications, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. We're going to get this cracked open right now without any further ado, and as you can see, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 coins that were sent out to get certified. I will put a link down below to the video to review the coins prior to their submission. Please check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Otherwise, let's get into this unveiling today. All right, I flipped these around, and as you can see, the first coin is an Eisenhower dollar. Really nice. 1976 from San Francisco, a proof, 40% silver Eisenhower dollar, high grade, proof 69 decam. There's only one grade higher, and that would be proof 70. I am very excited this got a good grade. And according to PCGS, worth $50. This next coin is a 1972 San Francisco proof Eisenhower dollar, also 40% silver. This one gets a proof 68 decam, deep cameo. Interesting toning. This came out of one of the brown government packs. Pretty pleased with the grade. PCGS values this beautiful coin at $30. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. Another Eisenhower proof coin. Let's get that into focus. 1974S proof 68 decam. Interesting cartwheel toning on it. Pretty nice looking. I'm happy with the grade. Would have been better if it was a proof 69. Even better if we got a proof 70 on it. All right, let me take a look at the value of this one. All right, and PCGS values this at $30. Let's move on to the next coin in this lot. Yes, another Eisenhower dollar. Another proof 68 cameo. Oh, that's interesting. So we have a deep cameo versus a cameo. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty deep cameo. Maybe the frosting on the reverse of this one is not as dynamic as this one. All right, so deep cameo goes for a bit more of a premium. Let's see what PCGS values this coin. All right. Well, I just looked up this certification, and PCGS values this at $30. Moving on to the next coin. We got another toned Eisenhower, some blue toning on this one. Pretty interesting. Another proof 68. This one is cameo. Again, I think it's because the eagle is a little less frosty, or maybe it's the obverse. Maybe it's a little bit of a weaker strike compared to the others. But I'm going to assume this is worth $30, but you know what? Let me take a look anyway. All right, and this one is valued at $20. Still pretty nice, particularly if you're into the silver-proof Eisenhowers. We got another Ike, another 1971S. Was this a 72S or a 71? 71S, so we got two proof 68s. This one's also going to be worth $20. Let's move on to the next one. This is the last of the Eisenhower dollars. Another proof 68 cam. Another $20. Pretty nice. Interesting, a little mark here. So that's probably why it didn't get a proof 79. I'm sorry, 69. No such grade as 79. But generally speaking, I'm quite happy here with the grades of the Eisenhower dollars. All right, let's move on to the next coin. All right, well, as you can see, Similar design as the Eisenhower, just much smaller, which means it must be the Susan B. Anthony. Now, the 1999 proof is one of the lower mintage ones, and this one graded proof 69 cameo. A 70 would have been great, but I think this actually has some decent value. Let me take a look. All right, well, PCGS values this at $26. Probably would sell it for, well, I'd love to get 25 for it, but don't know if I'll get that, but this is just a stunning example. All right. So far, the grades have been pretty good. I wish we had some proof 70s. Nothing yet. Let's take a look at the next one. Another Susan B. Anthony. Actually, this is a complete set of proof Susan B. Anthony's. Proof 67, but it did get the DCAM designation. So there is an impairment there. It's probably why it didn't get the 68 or 69, but let's take a look at the value. All right, let me look this up. Worth $8. All right. That's unfortunate. I spent more on getting it certified, so that's not a great outcome, but I took a chance. As you know, particularly if you see the other video, that if these did grade higher, they could have been worth quite a bit more. All right, we got another Susan B. Anthony, 1981 Type 1. So this is San Francisco, proof 67 DCAM. Let's hope this is worth more than $8. All right, let me look this up. Yikes, $8. Uh-oh. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, higher grade, 69 DCAM. That's a really nice example. Type 1. Let's see what the value difference is between a 67 versus a 69 like this. All right, well, we're back to $20 value. Not bad. Grading fee was less than that. Coin cost was less than that, so we'll make a few bucks on this one. And yikes. 65 DCAM. Yeah, there's some impairments. I had a feeling this would go lower. I was thinking this would be proof 66, I think. But I'm going to assume this is only worth a few bucks. Type 2, let's take a look. All right, well, surprisingly, this one's worth $30. So Type 2 must be a little more scarce. Let's see what this one is. We got another Type 2 here. Proof 68 deep cameo. All right, this one hopefully is worth quite a bit more. All right, bear with me. I'm looking up online and I'll be right back. All right, worth $40. That is a good successful both purchase and certification outcome. Again, like you win some, you lose some. And then we got a Type 1 proof 67 deep cameo. I think this one's more common, so I'm expecting this to be worth less, but let me take a look. Yeah, not surprising, this is worth $8. So again, the Type 2 was worth quite a bit more. And now we're down to the final coin. This one I was excited about because this is the 1996 W Roosevelt dime, low mintage, MS66, not a bad outcome. I was hoping for a 67 since it came out of a uncirculated envelope, but let's take a look at the PCGS value for this 1996 W West Point minted uncirculated dime. Well, low mintage, just under 1.5 million, worth $20. All right. Well, collectors, I have 2 more coins that are coming back from PCGS. They just shipped, so stay tuned. We're going to take a look at those. They're not modern coins, at least not using the modern service from PCGS. The moderns are from 1965 to present, so less expensive to grade or to have certified by PCGS. The 2 that are coming back are before 1965, but they're not old. They're from the 60s, so they were not modern service. However, I used my free grading coupons. We'll take a look at those in a minute. All right, well, the second box came. There's only 2 in here. I don't know why they didn't ship them out together. Maybe it had to deal with a little bit of a timing issue, but you know what? They could have just held these 2 back. But let's wrap up this video. Here we have a Franklin $50. I don't know about you guys, but I see the bell lines. I was hoping that this would get full bell lines. and it didn't. We got a 1956 MS-64. I thought it could have gotten a 65. I was really just hoping for MS-64 full bell lines. There's a little bit of chatter on here, so we didn't quite hit a home run on that one, but at least it was a free grading coupon and we weren't out any money. Now this is the one I was really hoping for because this has got absolute monster toning. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. MS-65. Well, first of all, that's a hard grade to get on the silver Washington quarters. And wow, I am just really excited. Hang on a second. I want to see if this got an image. I did not pay for imaging, but I wonder if they imaged it anyway because of the toning. All right, so it looks like PCGS did create a true image for this toned coin, even though I did not put it in the service. This was a free grading because of the coupon, and look, no image was added for the second coin. Well, I think this coin is worth quite a bit of a premium because of the cool toning. I would say I'm going to try to sell this for $200. That's the advice I got from a lot of dealers who specialize in toned coins. Wow. All right, well, collectors, I hope you enjoyed this PCGS unveiling. I wish you luck when you send out your coins that get graded. And as always, thanks for watching and happy collecting.
Hey, if you want one of my coin mats, there's a link down below in the description where you can get one.